Welcome back, folks. My name is Brandon. You're watching M.O.N.Comics. Last week, I got to go to an antique show that comes around my area twice a year and hunt for comics. So please take a look at some of this footage, and when we get back, I'll show you how I got these books for $150. Enjoy. Hey, good morning, folks. I am at the Fall Madison Balkville Antique Show. It is beautiful out. It was storming all last night, so I was really worried because the forecast called for it into the morning, but it turned into this gorgeous day. I have a lot of room to cover and only about 3 hours to do it, so let's go find some comics. Here with Aaron and Mark of Blue Eyes Auction on a Facebook page that I buy from. I've known Mark for years now, buying collectibles and comics and stuff. How long have you guys been selling and dealing in collectibles?
Oh, geez. How long now? Well, I've been doing it since I was a kid. Aaron for about 10 years with me. So, yeah, quite a long time doing shows, eBay, etc. Our Facebook group, Blue Eyes Auctions. Yep.
Yes, check them out.
Auctions.
Send them a request, and they do auctions. They do 24-hour reply auctions. They do live auctions.
Yep.
They have everything from toys to antique cars to baseball cards to comics.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
Definitely go check them out.
Yep.
Thanks, guys. Good
Thank
to see
you.
you today.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for coming.
Thank
Yep.
you.
That does it for me, folks. I came out with some cool books, actually quite a few, and had a good time. Gonna go home and look it over, and see you guys back in the creation station. All right, so that was the Madison Balkville 2023 Antique Show. Like I said, there's a show in June and a show in August every year. I have to admit, I am woefully inadequate at taking video when I'm out live comic hunting, and it's probably because I don't get to do it that often. So when these opportunities do come up where the show is literally 7 minutes from my house, and even though I only had 3 hours, I felt really restricted. And I know there's going to be comics there. I just get so excited. So my camera footage suffers. And I try to get some footage of some really cool stuff they have there, me flipping through comics, but I'm just not used to working with the camera in front of me. I'm getting stuff through the mail. That's the heart and soul of this channel is how I do get stuff into my collection without having to go to shows. So when the show rolls around, I get pretty excited. So I apologize. My goal is when I go to the June 2024 show that I am much better with my camera as far as actually showing people some hunting of comics. And so that is my promise to you as the watchers. So now I'm going to show you the books I got and talk about a little bit of the vendors, that I went through, how I got them. The June show last year, it wasn't, it had more like Silver Age, older, heavy books. And there are some advantages and disadvantages to going to the show at the beginning of the start and at the end of the start. So this show started on Monday, August 14th. Now, I could have taken the day off from work like I did for Friday and gone then. And your advantages are you get first crack at anything that's there, right? You know, you're the first one coming to the show. I'm 7 minutes away, so I can really see what the vendors have to offer. Another advantage is it's not that busy yet. It's Monday. People are still at work. You know, not many people take the time off the antique hunt. A lot of them are retired. So that's another advantage. Some disadvantages are sellers tend to be more firm with their prices. They just got there. They're looking to make their booth money back. So they're not as, willing to bend with you. So that's a disadvantage. I would say that's probably one of the only disadvantages there are. And I also scheduled Friday off again because I had, it was me and my wife's anniversary that following Sunday, and we wanted to go out that night. So I was able to hit two birds with one stone, if you will. Now, if you go to the show at the end of the week, there are, again, advantages and disadvantages. Some advantages is that, some more dealers are willing to work with you. They want to make some money. Either this is, icing on the cake for them, or they're really trying to make that booth money backers break even. Another advantage sometimes is sometimes dealers that are coming from farther away don't want to bring stock home with them. And I'll run into situations where one dealer will say, oh, I bought this guy's comic collection. I really don't know too much about it, but this is what they got. And that actually happened to me. And I was able to get some great books from this seller. Disadvantage, it is busier at that point. It's Friday. Some people are more apt to take that day off going into the weekend. And of course, some people might have been there picking comics. So advantages and disadvantages. I went Friday regardless. I'm happy with these books. Let me show you what I got. And some of these books are going to go into my personal collection. Some are going to be used for another reason. And then I actually got a lot of these books to trade with because there wasn't too many of the titles there that I was looking for, but I knew that someone else might want these books. And procuring comics online weekly can be, financially tasking. So I thought, well, if I can pick up these books in the cheap and then trade them for some better comics for myself and make someone else happy, that would be a win. So let's go over the books. Okay, so you'll notice price tags on the top of these next 10 books. When I went to this booth, the gentleman wasn't there to begin with. And so I circled back around because it was kind of earlier in the morning. So I circled back around. He was there. I actually ended up knowing him. He's my friend Bruce, and his buddy John was supposed to bring comics down, but he unfortunately hit a deer. That happens a lot in upstate New York. But regardless, he had 3 long boxes. And at this point, he said, any comic in there is $2. And I already kind of looked through and knew there was some that were more than $2. And I said, any comics? And he said, yep, $2 a piece. So at this point, I'm like, all right, game on. So the first comic I picked up was Batman 321 from 1980. It's about a VF copy. That's what he had it tagged as a 7.5, written by Len Wein, cover art by Jose Luis Garcia Lopez and Tatiana Wood. I thought this was a really cool cover. It's obviously in really good shape. A Joker cover is awesome. So whether or not I keep this one for my Batman collection or get rid of it, I'll be happy to own it because it had a sweet Joker on the cover and everyone kind of tied up getting their flames on. But thought this was a cool book. So $2. You can see it has a $26.99 price tag. I looked it up, and a VF coffee sells for around $21. So I was thrilled to see these prices, getting these for $2 a book. So that's why I stacked them up. The next book I have is Batman Spectacular, DC Special Series number 15. So you got Marshall Rogers front and back cover art and stories by M. Nasser, Joe Rubinstein, Michael Golden, Dick Giordino, Marshall Rogers as well. And this one is a cool comic. When I started doing the research, I love the noose on the comic. And Ra's al Ghul marries Batman to his daughter, Talia al Ghul, while Batman's unconscious. So part of a nefarious plan. About a mid-grade to high copy. Goes for about $9 I saw. I'm using cover price for all this data, so I was very pleased with that one too. Again, wasn't sure if I was going to keep this one or trade it, but that's a great thing about getting, at a low price is, you can make that decision later. So yeah, Batman Spectacular. Another comic, I'm a fan of this character, I've said it before, and you put monsters on it, and I'm going to buy it. It is Adventure Comics 436 from 1974. This is actually the last 20-cent issue to come out of Adventure Comics. Written by Michael Fletcher and Russell Carley, cover art by Jim Aparo and Tatiana Wood. VF condition, which is listed as 6.5 to 7.0, goes for $11. So he had it marked for $6. It was a little higher online, but still I got it for $2. So really happy to add this to my Spectre collection. This one's definitely going in my personal collection. I said I'm a fan of the 89 Batman, and I'd had this before and got rid of it, but I got it back. So Batman movie number 1, a one-shot, 1989, sorry. It was written by Sam Hamm and Denny O'Neil. And the significance of this is the first appearance of the '89 Batman, Michael Keaton. So he had a price tag of $6 on it. I looked it up for a VF mid to high grade copy. That's what he had it quoted out as. Was going for $8. So just love Jack Nicholson and Michael Keaton on there. Batwing and just the thugs getting beat up. So saw this for $2. I was like, yeah, I can't wait to read into this one. Again, the next book is an iconic cover that I've seen. I just hadn't pulled the trigger on. I remember this from when I was a kid. So this is Wolverine number 17, 1989. So John Byrne did this cover, which is great, and Klaus Janson. And I read some in some different forums and some different places online is that people are kind of upset that Klaus Janson's inks kind of really overshadow Wolverine, the pencil of John Byrne. But I think it's a great cover at all. Overall, it's a red cover. This has got spine ticks, about a 6.5 to 7.0. I'd say it's about in the fine range, so it was at about $13 online. My wife's a big Wolverine fan, so I think I'm actually going to get this framed and put it over her by her desk so she has some comic art. I think she needs some comic art over there. The next book I picked up was The Witching Hour, number 22 from 1972, written by Murray Boltinoff and John Coleman, cover art by Nick Carty. This is beat up. I'd say good condition-ish. So it was only like a $5, you know, but for $2, you can tell it's a monster's hand. You know, it's not pre-code horror, but it has a nice scary cover, and I'm always into that. It's almost spooky season. I'm a big fan of Halloween. Got something special planned for that show. And so, yeah, just thought I'd pick it up for $2. Another great Joker cover, The Brave and the Bold 191 from 1982. This is a newsstand edition, written by Dan Mishkin and covered by Gary Cohn. Like just side quest, Colossus Collector, just do Joker covers. I love classic Joker covers. I have Batman 251 when he really becomes homicidal, so I love that issue. So yeah, for $2, he had it marked at 7. Fine copy selling for 16. I was happy to pick this up for $2 as well. This next one is such a meme character, but you know what? It made me laugh in Quantumania. It's not M.O.N.Comics' first appearance, but it is Incredible Hulk 290 from 1983. First and only appearance of Kate Waynesboro as a female version of M.O.N.C. And you see her right there, her and M.O.N.C. just beating up the Hulk. I saw this. I mean, it's a really nice shape. It's mid to high grade. Near mint's only $5, so I still got to deal it too. But just he's such a meme character, and it made me laugh in Ant-Man and Quantumania. So $2, had to have it. So the last 2 books I already have, but I saw them. They were a great deal, and I had to pick them up because they are going in the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. That's right, folks. I started setting stuff aside, some cool stuff, and I want to make sure I give back to the community for showing me so much love and being so kind to me. So the first book I want to give back to the people that I already have a copy of is Suicide Squad number 1 from 1987. It's a premiere issue of the ongoing series. Howard Chaykin did the cover art, and John Ostrander did the story. This is about a VF copy, probably 7.0 black, looks great, so probably a $12-ish book, but I already have this book. Let's represent some DC in the giveaway. So this is the first raw announced comment that will be going into this 1,000 subscriber giveaway. The next one is also a classic book that I'm a huge fan of the cover art for, and I already own. So I picked up Marvel and DC Presents number 1 from 1982, featuring the Uncanny X-Men and the new Teen Titans. First cover of the X-Men and Teen Titans, first appearance of the Source Wall, and actually third appearance of Deathstroke. So it's written by Chris Claremont, covered by Walt Simonson and Jerry Austin. So a fine copy of this sells for $18, but I thought these would be 2 great places to start the giveaway for 1,000 subscribers, and it's only going to get more nuts. I'm at 830-ish subscribers right now, so I really want to start the push. I want to put out more quality content that people enjoy with some awesome books so I can get there and give stuff away, because man, I love giving back to the community and I love giving stuff away. It's just a way that I can thank you, one of you. I wish I could give you all stuff, but I'm not rich. But so this is the 2 books that will be going into the giveaway. Next book I saw, this comic dealer had a lot of more modern books, but he had this one. I've seen it before. I didn't have it. It is Dark Horse Presents number 35, covered by Chris Warner. Near mint, it's only a $5 copy, but just an iconic shot of the Predator with his night gauntlets out. Anyone who knows this channel knows I'm a fan of the Predator, so for $2, actually, this one was $5, so this one cost me $5. So still, I was happy to pick it up for that. Well, you saw in the video I interviewed my friends Mark and Aaron of Blue Eyes Auction. I'll put their Facebook page right up here. Send them a request and join. They do really fun auctions. They're actually starting one, kicking one off tomorrow. It's a 24-hour reply auction with some comics in it. Get some good deals in there. They have some great books. They package well. They ship quickly. So go check them out. And I went to Mark at the beginning of the week, Sunday before the show opened, and I said, hey, do you have any comics? I've been buying collectibles off Mark for many years. A great guy, really fair, just is a nice guy to talk to and deal with. And he's like, yeah, I got this short box. So I went through, and he had some Amazing Spider-Man, he had some Thor, and I was like, oh man, I got to come back and see you. And he's like, yeah, do you see anyone you set aside right now? And I did. And I set this aside, and I came back, and Mark was like, hey man, I had a great offer on that box. I had to sell it. I said, I totally get it. He's like, but I did save you that one comic. And I was like, awesome, because it is pertinent to my Fantastic Four run. It is Fantastic Four 65, 1967, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby goodness. First appearance of Ronan the Accuser, and also the Supreme Intelligence. So yeah, I loved Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. Ronan was cool in that, and to have so many great first appearances in the Fantastic Four, Galactus, Silver Surfer, the Watcher, I mean, it's just amazing. Ronan the Accuser, Agatha Harkness, I mean, I could go on. There's just so many, but I was very happy, Mark. Thanks for setting this aside for me. It was for the shape it's in beat up shape, but he said it had 30 on it. He charged me 25, and according to cover price in that condition, that was pretty close to the fair price. So I was fine with that, especially to pick up another Fantastic Four key to go into the collection. So yeah, pretty psyched about that. All right, these next two are magazines. And what happened is I bought about 4 from one vendor, and I saved 2 for the Halloween show. So I've been stocking up a supply for the Halloween show because it's me and my wife's favorite holiday. It's already quickly becoming our oldest daughter's favorite holiday. So I'm saving some goods material for that. But what I did pick up is I picked up movie Weird Photo Monsters #1. I am a huge fan of Ray Harryhausen. When I was a kid, I thought I was going to be a special effects artist because of Ray Harryhausen. I wanted to make monsters. I wanted to learn stop motion animation, primarily because of the Cyclops that was featured in the 7th Voyage of Sinbad. So I loved all the Sinbad movies. I loved Clash of the Titans, Jason and the Argonauts. You name it, I loved Ray Harryhausen. Beast from 20 Million Miles Away, I think. He was amazing. So I flipped through this. It is all black and white, actually, but it's still cool. It has monsters from Planet of the Apes, Dracula, Exorcist, just a ton of cool stuff. So I saw these and I was like, oh man, monster magazines, these are like awesome. So I picked up that one, and Monster a World #4 with the creature from the Black Lagoon, my personal favorite Universal monster. I never really liked this art of him. I didn't think it was the best, but it was still a cool book to pick up, magazine to flip through and really get some nostalgia going. It is black and white, so it's fine. I could care less. It still takes me back there. So very cool, 2 monster magazines. Yes, I got some slabs at the antique show. What I had said is one of the vendors was leaving, going back to New Jersey, sold his stuff, some of his comic stuff to someone who was already there, and this person was happy to sell them to me and give me a good deal on them. So the first slab I got was New Mutants Annual #2 in a CGC 9.2. Chris Claremont story, Alan Davis cover and art. And this is the first U.S. appearance of Psylocke. I like Psylocke as a mutant. I liked Olivia Munn as Psylocke in, Age of Apocalypse. I thought she did great. I liked the 4 Horsemen. And so also Captain Britain makes appearance, as well as Mojo and Spiral. And I like Mojo as a villain. So cool cover. I got a really good deal on these because I think she just wanted to move them too. And so the slabs weren't that crazy at all. And or else I wouldn't have picked them up. So really happy to add a cool New Mutants Annual 9.2 first American Psylocke. So awesome. The next book's cover really does it for me. Silver Age books, when you get them graded, it can be really hard to get high grades. It's a 35, 40-year-old book. I found this one at a really good deal. And I'm going to actually pass this on to someone else that will enjoy it a little bit more than me. But I picked up Avengers #50 in a CGC 7.5. It's got a Roy Thomas story, John Buscema cover and art. So in this, we have Typhon, Zeus, and Ares appearance, and Hercules leaves the Avengers. So the only Avenger, well, Hercules wasn't and then leaves. So you got the Wasp, you got Power Man, you got Hawkeye down there. But I got this for a great deal. It's a beautiful cover. The white cover is just mildly tanning, but I want to put this in the giveaway for 1,000 subscribers. I thought this would be a really cool Silver Age piece that someone would love to own. I'm thinking that's Ares coming down with this hammer. Really beautiful cover. So the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. These are the first items that are going into it. Suicide Squad #1, the first ongoing series, Marvel and DC crossover, and Avengers 50 with CGC 7.5. So please stay tuned. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed to my content and you want to get on this goodness and you like what I'm showing you and you like hanging out with me, because that's what I do this for, please consider subscribing, liking, leaving a comment. Which book did you like the most that I was able to get over at Balkville? Yes, I paid $150 for everything. I got those 10 books for $20, another for $5, $25 for the Fantastic Four, and the slabs were pretty cheap if you want to do the math on what's left of that. So I can't wait to give these away. I'm going to keep revealing at different points some of the stuff that I'm including in the giveaway, because some of it's not even comics. I just like giving away cool pop culture, comic related stuff. So I hope everyone has a great, safe weekend. Thanks for hanging out with me again. Until next time, keep reading those comics.